All right, well, welcome back to SK Hobbies. I don't know if you guys can really see it in the background. Let's see if you can see it. But do you see that right there? That is a piece of World War II history that I will be talking about later, but that's actually a piece of a World War II submarine. U.S. submarine, of course, but we'll talk about that later. What we're here to talk about today is an old school rig that's coming to the channel, so stay tuned. Well, all right, so it's a lovely 104 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona. Although I'm in the outskirts of Arizona, we're kind of in the suburbs portion of it. But I picked up, well, I guess I should first start with, I had one of these RCs back in, actually I got it in 2011 for Christmas for my oldest son, Harlan. And then, you know, you go through RCs and then you're wanting to get something new and all of that. So I ended up getting rid of it and moving on to bigger and better things. Well, my oldest son, Harlan, is joining the Army, and on his bucket list was he wanted that first RC I ever got him. So let me introduce you to the Losi Muggy. So this was kind of a mix where they took a truggy and a monster truck and bashed it together. This thing originally came with nitro in it. It currently does not have nitro in it, but it was released in 2006 by Losi. And I picked it up. It was about 6 years old when it was used. And I will put up down in the bottom corner here a picture of my son on Christmas Day in 2011 holding his Losi Muggy. And then I'll show you a picture of him today holding this one. So anyways, I picked this up. It's an old school one. There's, you know, not too many parts out there. I found some aftermarket stuff that I can order from overseas to soup this thing up. But what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through this RC. I picked it up from a guy that messaged me that wanted one of my 6S electronic systems out of my old Creighton. And he wanted to do an even swap with it, so, you know, we wheeled and dealed and came up with a good plan, and I'm walking home with a Losi Muggy. Now, this one, like I said before, was converted to electric. So let's go ahead and pull the shell off of it here. So there you go. So it needs some work. If you see right here, it ran dual servos, which I'm not quite sure about what the servos are, but I'll put a picture up on the screen to one of the corners of what I can read off of it so far, because I haven't really took this apart. His dog got a hold of the connector here. Let's see if I can get that into focus. But anyways, if it's a little blurry, I apologize. I'm filming this with my phone. So anyways, I'm gonna replace that connector. It is running a Surpass Hobby 150 amp ESC, which I'll put a picture up on that one. And then on the other side here, we're running a Surpass Hobbies motor, which I'll put a picture up on that one, but it is the 2650 kV 4068 waterproof motor. But yeah, there's a lot. I mean, everything seems to be mechanically working on it. It looks like the little motor plate right here is bent, so we're gonna pull that off and see if we can bend it back into shape. If not, I might make a new one. I've got some steel out there. I could cut a new plate on that. The diff seems like all the teeth on here are in pretty good shape. The spur gear, Yeah, the spur gear seems to be fine on that diff, but the pinion gear looks like it's a fairly large one. I haven't counted the teeth on it to see how big it is, but I mean, to me it kind of looks like it's probably like a 21 or a 22, but I will definitely count it and we'll talk about it when I start doing some upgrades on it. He did tell me that it was missing the set screw, but I have set screws for that, but we may replace that pinion gear there. Drive shaft linkages, seems like everything moves. The tires are a little loose, so we'll work on that. He did paint up, this used to be like that bright neon green, which you can see in the wheel wells, the coloring on it. It used to be that neon green color. I'm not sure I'll be able to get that cleaned up, but we'll try. Shocks don't look like they're leaking, but we're going to go through everything. I'm going to pull apart the diffs on it. This thing's going to be completely cleaned up by the time you guys see it again. It did have chassis braces right here. You can see there's the rear and here's the front. The battery tray conversion they did was really no battery tray. It looks like they just kind of cut some holes, some slices in there and put these straps in. But I've got some ARMA stuff. Let me slide this out of the way over here in the background. We're going to bring this nice tub over that I got here. So he did give me a couple of Z 3000 mAh, it looks like 50C 3S batteries. I haven't had a chance to test them and see if there's any, if the cells are any good, but we'll get to that. So this is off of the ARMA Creighton. When I did my conversion, I might be looking at maybe trying to figure out about putting a chassis brace in there too, or that the brace bar and kind of like that. We'll see. I'm not going to really do very much bashing with it, but I have some extra servos that I had that I may be using if these ones are too bad. But this right here, this is out of a V1 Typhon. I may try to incorporate this into this place right here. I'm not quite sure. I do have a Creighton Outcast battery tray with the electronics box. I might do something like that. Originally, these would have right up here, it had a little clear box that you put all your electronics in, because right here is where you would put the nitro motor and everything, and then you got the fuel tank and all that stuff was in there, but this has been converted to electric. One of the other things I noticed is where the servos are. If I stand up here, hold on. So you can see where the servos are, this is all loose. And it looks like they made a couple of brackets right here that kind of held it in place. So we're gonna have to re-engineer this thing a little bit and try to get those servos to be straight. Now, I just was telling you there are some parts that I can order from overseas that they make, you know, beefier chassis for this and all kinds of stuff. I may end up ordering some stuff off of there, but I want to see this thing run with what I got before I do any more conversions on it. And I've also got from an ARMA 3S, I do have this with a servo. I might get one big servo to run this guy if I can get one that's tough enough. You know, you figure this thing was built in 2006, you know, 2007 time frame. Who knows when this was actually built, but that's when they released these. The servos that you know, running those dual servos, we got ones that are a lot stronger now, so who knows what I'm going to do. But I could incorporate this and the electronics box from this 3S line. Maybe I can incorporate that in place here, you know, kind of like that in its place, and run it that way. Who knows? I don't know, but I just wanted to do kind of an introduction of this. And then also what he gave me in the deal was a fly sky. It is the, see if I can zoom in there. So yep, it is the FS, looks like GT3B controller. So it's a, I believe it's a 3-channel controller, and also the receiver for it. So originally these things didn't run on the 2.7 gigahertz frequencies. They ran on that 27 gigahertz frequency, versus that 2.4. So this was an upgraded controller. We're going to give this a shot. I do notice that the reverse right here on the trigger is broken. You kind of got to use your finger, so maybe I can do something to kind of fix that, to get that to work a little bit better. I haven't put any batteries in it to test it out, make sure that this thing turns on. But, we'll see. All right, guys, I'm back up front. So this is going to be one of my new projects for this year. We're going to see if we can get this thing running. I don't know what all I'm going to be able to do with it. I know I'm not going to make it a super basher, but we're definitely going to play with it and see what we can do out on the street, both me and the wife. We may take it out to the AZRC Bashers event and, maybe run it in the Monster Jam. I don't know. But it's definitely going to end up being partially a shelf queen for us in the background. My son's going to go away to boot camp, and when he comes back, he might even take it from me. I don't know, but we will see. I did print out. So I did print out the manual. I was able to find it online for the Muggy, and in the back, we turn this. So they've got all of the breakdown of, looks like the differentials and the tires, the rear assembly, you can see. So I've got that to kind of go off of. It's, I had this in 2000, pretty much all of 2012, 2013, and I believe it was like 2015 when I sold it through OfferUp when it, out there. So if anybody remembers me and remembers the one and actually has my original Muggy, let me know. That would be awesome. I want to know what you guys think about the Muggy and what you guys would want to do with it. But, jump down in the comments section and let me know. But stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot with this and getting this guy ready to run for this October. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and bash that bell. I'm Stitch, SK Hobbies AZ. I'm out.